First place in the NFC West came down to the wire between the Rams and the Seahawks last night. Seattle fights back from 16 points down in the fourth to send the game to overtime. Now, after the Rams score first, Sam Darnold leads the Seattle offense down the field for a responding touchdown and two-point conversion, sealing the 38-37 comeback win for the Seahawks. Seattle had just a 1.2% win probability after Sam Darnold threw his second pick down 16 with just under 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Seattle was 0-155 when trailing by 16 or more in the fourth quarter entering this game. Cam, your thoughts on Seattle going for two with about 4 minutes remaining in overtime there?
That was the right call, and it had to be had. I think it was extremely gutsy. You know, one of the things that each of the, members that's sitting across from you can understand, when you have the momentum, when you understand how the flow of the game is going, and you realize that the person that's on that sideline on the opposing team has thrown for close to 500 yards, you start to say, hold on. I don't have more confidence in our defense to stop them, because now at this particular point in time, a field goal could win. When you start to factor in all these type of factors, going for two was the right the right play to be had. Now, the thing, as you start to say, I was a little suspicious. I thought maybe they would have run, given the circumstances of how Sam Darnold was playing up until this point. An absolute amazing game by him in the fourth quarter. But the NFL is created to have games like we saw last night. Extremely tight, extremely close, and it to be decided in a one-possession type of game or decision like we saw. And, shouts out goes to the Seattle Seahawks for really executing at the end to find a much-needed win for them.
Yeah, I love the decision to go for two. It was the only decision to be made. You had lost earlier in the year to the Los Angeles Rams. So a tie, if the game would have ended at a tie, would not have benefited Seattle. But then also, why would I give, even if I want to tie the ball game, why would I want to give the ball back to Matthew Stafford, who's thrown for over 400 yards, and Puka Nacua, who had 225 yards and a touchdown in that game, so they can go down and kick a field goal and win it? So it was the only decision to make, in my opinion, for the Seattle Seahawks. Great job by Sam Darnold going through all his progressions. Great job by the tight end Saubert being disciplined, doing what he's coached to do. Sell it. Then you leak over in the middle of the football field. OTB over the ball. Sam Darnold, great job hitting them. Game over. Seattle has the number one seed.
Well, the big thing is this, though. Scared money 14. Your quarterback gave a touchdown away, throwing an interception in the red zone. He set up a touchdown, throwing an interception to Wallace. But in that, being down 30-14, two-point conversions twice. Excellent play call to Cooper Kupp. He settles right in the zone. You get lucky. The officials got it right. It's a backwards pass. Charbonnet picks it up. It's a touchdown. You drive after Puka Nacua just bust his whole forehead on the field goal post scoring a touchdown. You think you're going to give it back to him? And I'm already 2 for 2. It's a great call by Mike McDonald. And both of these coaches were uber aggressive the entire game. They played to win.
Keep in mind, that's the optimum word right there, playing to win, because that situation in overtime with 10 minutes in this format, first team scores a touchdown, you come down and score, you bypass the two-point conversion, how much time are you going to have left to win that game? There's about 4 minutes left. Even if you stop the Rams and they bleed out enough clock, you might not have enough time to go back down and score. Every team down 7 in OT should be going for two.
Well, to your point, Joe, they weren't stopping the Rams. You were down
no,
two
they were
safeties.
Not. That's the other
The
problem.
Rams are going down, and they were going to win that ball game.
Did Sam Darnold silence his critics last night?
No. If anything, Sam Darnold's critics are louder, but he might have silenced the critics in his head. And here's why. When you have 6 turnovers in 7 quarters against the Los Angeles Rams, and you're putting your team behind in those situations when things are changing and you become hesitant, now Rashid Shaheed steps up and that gives you a chance. Rashid Shaheed gets the big reverse and it gives you a chance. You make an excellent throw on a roll throwback. And now you have an opportunity to answer Matthew Stafford in overtime. And JSN finally gets involved. You hit Cooper Kupp on an absolute dime to the post corner, and then you get the ball in the end zone to JSN, and your coach says to you, because of what you've done to this point, I'm putting the football in your hands. Now, if I'm the Rams, I'm saying to myself, every time we play him, we got it. He got lucky towards the end. If I'm the Vikings, when I see him again, we got him. We know what it is. If I'm the Colts, we got him. We know what it is. But for Sam Darnold, to start that game the way he started that game, to finish the season against Detroit last year that way, to finish the season against the Los Angeles Rams that way, to do what he was doing last night and find a way to win, that builds confidence in Sam Darnold. That builds confidence in the Seattle Seahawks. But absolutely every team walking in is going to watch the end of that film, but they're going to watch those first 3 quarters and say, this is what we have to do to rattle him.
Harry, go ahead.
So it got to a point in that ball game when Sam Darnold threw that second interception, I tweeted, man, he's seeing ghost again.
Yep.
But then when Sam Darnold came back and started making that plays, I said, Sam Darnold told me, no, my vision is great. But here's the thing about Sam Darnold in that moment. And RC, I agree with you because for him to go through that again versus that opponent in which the Rams have been a dark cloud for Sam Darnold for the last 2 years, for him to say, I'm going to face this adversity, I'm going to make these throws. He took one shot from a blitzer from the Los Angeles Rams defender, and I thought, man, they're going to try to put Sam Darnold out this football game. But he continuously stayed in the pocket, overcame that adversity, made every throw necessary to be able to put them in a position to be able to have success and win that football game. I love that part. Here's the thing. He got through it last night. Guess what? The San Francisco 49ers, they have an opportunity to still win the division. They still have an opportunity to still have the #1 seed in the NFC.
Week 18.
So just because he did it last night, you better be able to do it again week 18 when you play the San Francisco 49ers because it's the same situation that happened last year when he was with the Minnesota Vikings going against the Detroit Lions. And that's everything I just said is what everyone going to bring up on every single network when leading up to that ball game. Can Sam Darnold get it this year? Can he get it done this year? And can he right his wrongs from what happened a season ago?
Let's get the MVP back in here. Cam, what'd you think? Did Sam Darnold shut everybody up last night?
I think when you watch the game roll out how it does, you are confident in some of the things that you saw, but you cannot also forget what you also seen while watching the game. Being down by 16-plus points in the fourth quarter is in large part because of the play at the quarterback position with Sam Darnold. I think to, Ryan Terry's point, you do gain confidence in yourself and understanding like, yo, I am capable, I can do this, and I am, the person that needs, to do this for my team. But one of the main things that I look at when I'm observing quarterbacks or just play in general is what are you going to go through that's going, or what is your process of getting out of the funk? And when you think about the Seattle Seahawks amongst other teams in the NFL, everybody knows what they're capable of. Everybody is extremely confident. Can they be the team that can play for the NFC Championship or be the representative of the NFC in a Super Bowl? But it's only contingent off of one individual, and that's Sam Darnold. So Sam Darnold is going to be the greatest asset for the Seattle Seahawks, and he's also going to be the biggest liability for the Seattle Seahawks as well, too.
Yeah, that's to his point. Right now, everybody in Seattle, everybody in that organization, everybody in that locker room believes that they are the best team in the world up to number 52. And 53 is Sam Darnold. And so what Cam is talking about, whether he's an asset or a liability, if you've thrown 6 interceptions against this team, and remember, he threw 4 the first time, and they were right in the thick of it to win.
Still could have won.
Because they played that well defensively. In this game, Shaheed bails you out. Kenneth Walker, who you've had an APB out for the entire season, in the run game, has a huge game. Everyone stepped up to give Sam Darnold that chance. And what Sam had to do was somehow develop some trust amongst those people that if you get me there, I can win it. He showed that last night. And to Harry's point, he's going to have to show it again because Sam Darnold does not get the opportunity to revitalize his career. He's done that. He's getting an opportunity to reshape his entire perception if he finds a way to finish this season strong and have a playoff run.
I would also end with this with Seattle. I thought they played for Sam Darnold not to lose the game in the first half. I thought they were aggressive and got their best player involved in the second half, Jackson Smith and Jigba. I literally watched that first half. I said to myself, man, they're trying not to allow Sam Darnold to lose in the football game.
Smart move.
And I didn't think they were going to win the game like that, because when it was all said and done, he had to make those throws. They had to be aggressive. Jackson Smith and Jigba had to be involved in their game plan, and that's what they did in the second half.
Punt return touchdown, missed field goal, wonky two-point conversion that broke their way. Sam Darnold this close to being on the wrong end of this conversation.
The Rams are sitting here today on this Friday. They're smacking themselves upside the head.
They are.
With all the things that transpired in that game on the wrong end for them.
And despite the loss, our friends at DraftKings still have the Rams as the favorite to win the NFC. Jordan Love takes on Caleb Williams